Serene and simple life. Linville Falls hike. Absolute joy in the journey. Hike with me like you are there too. Holy cow. This is just a couple of miles from Camo Dave. That's right. Anyway, I did have a little video up there from a while back that was hiking around Linville Falls. No, I didn't do any of the... There are some really demanding hikes in that area. You got to be a professional hiker to do some of them. But there's also a lot of hikes up in there that are pretty easy. Yeah, some nice wide trails like this and some great hiking. Linville Falls right there just to the northwest of beautiful Morganton, North Carolina. And a really nice hike here. See, we do see quite a lot of hikers and nomads up in the Linville Falls area. Anyway, check it out. This is a great channel here. Serene and Simple Life. And, yeah, Blue Ridge Journey. So she's doing a lot of stuff up in the North Carolina area. Yeah, you know, we're hearing that all the parks are full, even the Great Smokies. Everything's crowded and full. A number of parks out in Utah and stuff are actually having to close down their gates and stuff for hours because the parks, I guess they count everybody who goes in, and when they're over a certain amount of vehicles or whatever, they have to... And they say that in a lot of places they've only used to have to do that on the weekends, but now they're having to do it even during the weekdays and sometimes quite early in the day. So it's crowded out there. We saw this curve yesterday. Another good video there from Beck's cat herder, and she's there in California at Kings Canyon National Park. Always great photography from Beck's. Her videos are always a joy to watch, and this one is no exception. I don't know though. I'm not a good one. Go away. I hate that. I would not like to go down in a cave. I would. Claustrophobic. I'll go in like Luray Caverns. I'll do Luray Caverns. Now this one they've got lights and stuff. This one's probably okay. You know, it's kind of, you know, for tourists. But yeah, ooh, look at that. Look, it looks like a Disney character. Look at that. Holy cow! Isn't that weird? Yeah. Anyway, some good stuff there always from Beck's. And when she's not hurting cats, she is, and she's also cooking up really healthy stuff. A lot of the nomads ought to watch her stuff. It's really healthy and good. I would love to have lunch with Bex, the cat herder. Next time she's in North Carolina, she needs to stop by and make Dave. She can make me some lunch. You know, I'm always buying lunch for other people. Someone needs to make me some lunch sometime. Huh? Hey, we got an update from Lainie Will Travel. She is the person who a couple months ago, when was that? April? Sometime around Easter, wasn't it? That she had a big fire in her bus out in California and destroyed it. And then she had to raise some money and she bought another bus. And she's been working busily to get that bus built out. She's still doing a lot of work on it, but she had been camped out in Arizona for a while, and then the fires came, and a lot of the parks were closed, and the campgrounds and stuff, and the forests, and so she has had to hightail it up to Colorado, Dolores, Colorado, and she is busy working, continuing out her bus build. So, yeah, that's the update. Then she also talks about a lot of problem with editing her video. She hasn't posted a video in a while, and you have to download software, and you got to watch the tutorials, and they keep updating the software, and they keep making it harder and harder to use. And she got a new computer, and it's got a new version of the software on it that she uses for her editing, and it's just hard to use, and so she just hasn't been doing much with YouTube. Now, again, you know, ZEP is what Camo Dave does, Zero Effort Productions. You shoot segments, you stick them together with some freebie little thing you can download, and you put them up, you know. I mean, you can do the minimalist. You can do minimal, just sticking segments together and putting them up, you know, and I think your audience is, you know, oh no, we're not going to watch Lainie unless her videos are professionally or pseudo-professionally edited. No. You know, and to be honest with you, I honestly like a lot of the nomads that don't worry so much about the editing and just kind of keep them short and sweet and tell us what's going on, you know, and be honest. Be honest, that's what I would say. Or Lainie. What's her name? Lainie is, definitely. You know, anyway, all our best to Lainie. Learn your software, get your bus fixed up. chill out in Colorado and yeah, and travel on, right? She has a very interesting story about getting a dog. Apparently, she saw this guy who was in a broken down vehicle, and he had a kind of, the dog looked like it needs some love. And so she offered to help the guy get his vehicle fixed, pay for the part that he needed, if he would give her the dog. And she got the dog, so she has a dog. Now, she did not, I do not believe, put a picture. She should have put at least a picture of the dog in the vid here, but I don't see it. But there's the vehicle there, so she's still working on it. But so anyway, you know, and it is true. You want to do YouTube, you got to have a content dog. Anyway, Lainie, why don't you send a picture of your dog to camodave@gmx.com, and we'll put your dog in Petpalooza. That's an interesting. Now let's do a transition to the latest Camo Dave 2021 Petpalooza. Yeah, in a way, Crotchy.
All right, everybody, it's Crotchy here. I was just watching beautiful Carol, and she was in Leadville, Colorado. She's beautiful. And Leadville's beautiful, too. Now let's watch the pets. Oh, look at that. That's a cute one. Anyway, this is Timothy's cat, Tommy. Yeah, isn't that cool? And then this is Van Camp and Woody's dog, Nemo. Woohoo, woof, woof. And we've got William's dog, dogs Normal and Emmett. Another dog named Emmett. Isn't that cool? Oh, wow. And then we've got Martha's dog, Jubal. And this is Colleen the cat lady's cat, Misty. Ooh, Misty's hunting for some mice, I think. And then we've got Kevin's dog, Maddie. Isn't Maddie adorable? And finally, we got wrestling artist Hemingway's cat, Stella, and Collyanne. All right, everybody, so if you want to see some more pets, send your pet pictures to camodave@gmx.com. Thank you.
Some news here on the Camo Dave channel, Camo Dave News Army. Thank you for sending me these clips. Grizzly bear kills bicyclist camping in western Montana. Holy cow. According to Associated Press, a grizzly bear attacked and killed a bicyclist who was camping in a small western Montana town early Tuesday, I guess that's July the 6th. The attack happened in a town called Ovando. It is 60 miles northwest of Helena, excuse me. I have to pronounce everything properly. The bear had previously wandered into the area where the victim was camping and left, but later returned, according to Powell County Sheriff Gavin Rosales. There was an earlier contact with the bear prior to the event. Rosales said the bear basically came back into the campsite. Anyway, and it ended up attacking and killing a bicyclist who was camped there. A team of law enforcement and wildlife specialists was brought in to track down and kill the bear. A crew aboard a helicopter was looking for the bear's daybed, where the animal might be sleeping to get out of the heat. And anyway, they've set traps in the area and are hoping to capture the bear and I guess give him the death penalty. I hope they get the right bear, because it'd be a shame to, kill the bear, an innocent bear. No, we don't want to do that. Anyway, wow. Apparently, there was an initial report that the victim had been riding a bicycle at the time of the attack, but that is not the case. The victim was part of a group on a bike trip. The victim's identity has not been released, and further circumstances surrounding the attack are under investigation. Ovando saloon owner Tiffany Zavarelli said it was the first fatal bear mauling she knew of in the community that is located on the Blackfoot River near the mountain range that rises into the remote Bob Marshall Wilderness. All right, if you're looking for some healthy eating, check out Papa Texas's bacon-wrapped hot dogs. That's right. Maybe we can have those for the Camo Dave Papa Texas breakfast there at Lollapalooza in October in Abilene, Texas. Hot dogs for breakfast? Why not? Check him out. Papa Texas. Always a wonderful channel here. Just check it out. He said he actually is getting more dinero. You know, that's what they call it down there in Texas. Dinero, right? He's getting more dinero on YouTube AdSense when he doesn't post new videos. I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's his latest right there. Bacon-wrapped hot dogs. So check it out. This looks good, too. Mango habanero chicken wings. Ooh. You know my address, Papa, Texas, 104 North Green Street, number 116, Morganton, NC 28655. I'd like a bottle of that. Hey, let's do some letters. Marie says Bev and Tim Neiden from Virginia had their truck and trailer stolen while en route with their family to their family in Oregon. Yeah, I believe that happened in Kansas City, right? Yeah, she says it here. It was stolen at the Blue Springs La Quinta Inn in Kansas City mid-June and has not been recovered. While they are not nomads, they had sold their home prior to leaving for Oregon. Can you show their rig to get their eyes, help people recover it? Yeah, we did do a story on that. Yeah, that was, back in June. I guess that is as good a picture of the rig we're going to get. But anyway, here's their GoFundMe, and they've actually done quite well. $15,100 raised of their $5,000 goal. So, yeah, so they did get, they've done very well. So hopefully they can get things back together. Anyway, it's interesting the police never found the vehicle. So I guess if they're driven out of state, it's going to be harder to find. But it's nice to know they got 3 times as much money as they were asking for on GoFundMe. So good for Tim and Bev Knight. Yeah, I did a video this morning about nomads who inadvertently dox themselves while they're doing their YouTube channels by showing their neighborhoods, their houses, sometimes their street addresses, local street signs, local businesses. And, if somebody wants to find out your location, it's not so hard to do. Lindy Ann Lovey says it's hard to stay so-called stealth anymore. It's a myth. Starting a YouTube channel is difficult. Learning how not to give yourself away is particularly tricky. That is so true. Valerie from Oregon says, I feel for Morgan. Yeah, Unstoppable Morgan, that is. Life isn't easy for single women in America, especially those divorced and don't want to be. I will pray for Morgan. I think living below your means is best, and she is doing that living in her vehicle. I hate apartments. They take your money, and then they charge you for a lot of things when you move out. Here in Oregon, they will charge you for the blinds based on how long you've lived in the apartment. Renting is a waste of money. Again, there's a whole big debate on renting versus zoning. Versus owning. Sounds like I said zoning. It's a debate, it's going to cost you money to live somewhere regardless, whether it's mortgage or rent. And, there's advantages to both sides of the aisle there. And we can argue about that, and we will in another video. I was talking this morning about other channels I'm watching besides nomad channels, and we were talking about Practically Engineering, which it talks a lot, really good channel. They talk a lot about engineering stuff, like building engineering and, anyway. We were talking about, your sewer system. It's all engineering. That's all involved in how that works, right? No Name says, I worked installing sewers and catchment basins for a few years. Not really that interesting. Works like plumbing, but on a grand scale. There is nothing like opening a sewer lid in one of those 100-year-old neighborhoods on a hot day and getting a face full of fecal steam that fogs your safety glasses. Ooh, Mike Reed says, I still do this work in SFL. I guess that's Southern Florida. We have found many wedding rings and other jewelry in sewer manholes with slow flow. And Ben Wade has some advice on who we should be covering nomad-wise. The problem isn't that nomads aren't doing anything. It's that the nomadic channels that you, Camo Dave, follow aren't doing anything. Keep Your Daydream puts out a video every Sunday from a new location. Changing Lanes does a lot of traveling when they're not putting out how-to videos. The Van Wives are going to all kinds of cool spots in Canada. New State Nomads just made it to Alaska, and Kara and Nate just flew to Rome. I do watch Kara and Nate occasionally. The nomads that you follow are bottom of YouTube for a reason. They just are very entertaining. Now that they are buying property and homesteading, it just exposes how boring these people truly are. Again, we do cover other people. There are those little nomads that we like to cover because they're oddly compelling. But we do cover a lot of cool nomads that are still doing some cool traveling. I mean, I do, like just for example, Story Chasing Amber. She's constantly moving all around the country and doing cool things. Snow and Kurt, they're down there traveling all through Central America, moving every day. I mean, there are a number of channels that I'm covering on a regular basis of people that are on the road and doing some cool stuff. And thank you for those channels there, and I'll check them out, and if we get some drama out of them, we'll put them in the mix. And finally, Polvo says, Dave, you ought to pick a day in the future and ask everyone to send in their favorite channels that aren't covered by you and dedicate an entire day to just those channels. It will definitely spice up the rotation for your channel too. Again, I've done that before, and I usually get very, very low views of it, okay? I'm just saying. We do that. I like to put other people into the mix, but unless I'm putting Morgan or Dave 2D or, Derek or Carolyn or that Carolyn or that Carolyn or Panda or whatever into the, into the titles and doing that, I don't get the views. And I'll take a hit. I'll take a hit on it and say, let's do a bunch of channels that nobody's ever heard of or that are not getting recommendations out there. And they're really cool channels. We'll do that. And, I'll get my 250 views and I'll be satisfied. But, again, it's always a balancing act. I do try to almost every day mention somebody that, just doing a good show. Look, we Slim Potato Head. He's always got a great channel. We do talk about quite a few of them. Just pay attention. Damn it. Jeez. Anyway, plus I do watch a lot of other things other than nomads, and we'll work some of them into the mix too, like I did this morning. Anyway, because there's he just some days it's just like, oh, one more nomad and I'll just. All right, everybody. That's it. That's all I got for today. Maybe I'll do more. I don't know. It's the 7th of July, 27. It's the 7th of July, 2021. Thank you so much for watching. Log under.